Hello guys, it's NautoAisDx here, and this is going to be a response to multiple people about, well, if you heard the news, if you've been following GameStop, and it is a worldwide news to some extent, even local news are talking about this, that is GameStop closing 200 store by the end of the year. So I'm not really gonna go very details of what happened. I mean, you can read it. I'll put a link in the description box about what happened. The gist of it is, GameStop Corporation again, we're losing money to a point. You have to cut back on the stores, and that's really the problem. And people already have talked about this. So, like I said, this is going to be a response to multiple people such as Xander Skullion, RGT8, Review Tech USA, and other people. Oh boy. So for me, what do I think about GameStop in overall? Yes, they do have shady business. Yeah, sometimes when you go there, the experience is kind of sour because of the people. Again, it's a case-by-case basis. It depends on the people. But believe it or not, myself, I do shop at GameStop, and you'll be surprised. Once in a while, I get hookups. And what does that mean? Discounts, freebies, you name it. And how? Well, maybe befriend the employee, which interesting enough, I don't hardly do, but whatever. It's just, for me, just when I interact with people, I go with the flow, and once in a while, I get hookups. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's a possibility. So, first of all, the business side, yes, it's shady, but you gotta blame GameStop, not the people. That's a corporation. They're sometimes, let's just say, assy about it, but I really don't have, like, for me, it didn't really affect me much. Minor, but yeah, I have some problem with GameStop. There, such as one of them, my biggest gripe is gutted game. So believe it or not, in the past, when you're gonna buy the last copy of whatever, and again, it is, I'm gonna agree with a lot of people say about it. The reason why they do that is for display reason, because hey, look, you know, you gotta see what it is. For buying it, you wanna put a game there with the casing and stuff. What if someone steals it? Then, you know, it kind of sucks. So it's like a precaution. Yeah, it's kind of crappy, but again, it's a business. So, but for a while in the past, GameStop actually does this. They call it the last game or the gutted game discount. They give you 20 to 25% off. Again, it depends. And after a while, because yeah, they're not making any money, so they basically they didn't get rid of it because they're still there. However, a lot of former GameStop managers have admitted this, that they were told, like corporation about the gutted game discount, is that it is there, it exists, but they are not encouraged. That's the key word there. Encourage to let the people know. So basically, the manager knows about it, but don't tell the other employees. So when people ask, they can be, sad to say, be stupid. Like, well, I never heard of it. Who told you this? Who's the employee who told this? I'm like, hey, are you that stupid? And the sad part is, yeah, because they were being told. Like a former manager of GameStop admitted, multiple of them. Some of them I have talked to, and they said they admitted it. They said, yeah, like it exists, but we encourage not to say. They're not saying you're not supposed to say it, but the corporation trying to encourage you that if you want the company to run, don't mention it to your employees. Pretend that they're oblivious, they're dumb about it, which just kind of sucks, but what can you say, man? What can you freaking say about that? So yeah, that is the problem with the gutted game. That's after a while, they don't do it. And even when you tell someone about it, they'll just say, well, I never heard of that. You get the idea. It's kind of sucks. I mean, I feel for the employee, but again, it's a corporation. Some extent, it's a corporation. They gotta survive. And you know what's happening now, so probably this is the reason why they don't want to do it. But you know, the customer, they want something out of nothing. They want to have value of what they get. So if you open the game for me, give me 20% off. But whatever. So that's about the gutted game. Yeah, it sucks. Some people say sure, whatever. For me, my policy rule is if it's between $20 $25, I'll take it. Maybe $30 if it's a good game, but most of it, I just go to Amazon. I'll just go somewhere else, Target, whatever. I can get it cheap, clearance, whatever. I mean, give the middle finger salute to GameStop, but you get the idea what I'm trying to say there. So yes, it is kind of stuck with the gutted game, but again, it is what it is. And also like what Spawn Wave said about the story about Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii, you gotta blame Nintendo for that one because of they did limited edition. They think only GameStop because they were dedicated, specialized video game store. They were getting limited quantity, so what GameStop do? Oh, let's open them. Let's make them used, and we can sell them because they're rare. I mean, if you want to know about it, I'll link to Spawnwade's video on Xenoblade Chronicles, and as well as the history about that because that really is very important. And then, of course, some people who hate working there, you can show them with an attitude, but that's the common thing. You work in a job, you hated it, you're gonna show it. Walmart. If you just look it up the history about Walmart's employee. Yeah. So, moving from there is my personal opinion about this. It did suck that they're closing and they're basically falling apart. Yes. And here's why. A lot of people said it and I agree because it's the store that's interesting because it's a specialized store that you can buy video game. Yes, they're trying to expand to some extent, but of course that wasn't working. They were trying to sell you cell phones. That didn't work. Now they're doing with collectible with Think Geek and yeah. Of course they're getting exclusive from the Tutaku figures. Again, nobody was buying them. But you get the idea there. So they're trying to expand, but it's always about video games. But it is a specialized video game store where anybody can go in, talk about video games, and I do too. Once in a while I hang around with the Gamestop employee there, they're nice. And the people also in my local area, yeah, they were nice. There was even a situation when I almost got screwed by GameStop, and some of the GameStop employees helped me. So if you're saying all GameStop employees are kind of jerky, it's a case-by-case basis, and like I said, hey, it depends on the situation. So the employee-wise, it's a case-by-case. So it's kind of sad because this, like GameStop's closing, is that some of those people who are working, they might lose their job. And again, yeah, fine, you don't like GameStop, whatever, but you gotta be mindfulness about that. Okay, don't think about the GameStop fall because finally you're happy about that, whatever. Think about the people, their livelihood. People probably didn't go to college, didn't know what they want to do for their career. They said, I like video games, I'll go sell some video game in the store, GameStop, and there you go. They're gonna lose their job. Their chance. I knew people use a GameStop and they lost their job because it got shut down. And then the problem was also is like RGT 85 said, yes, believe it or not, even where I live, my local area, there used to be, believe it or not, in one city, for GameStop. Yes, I kid you not, for GameStop. There's a GameStop in a mall, then there's a GameStop across the mall, GameStop across that other GameStop, and then there's another GameStop 2 blocks away, and then GameStop another 2 blocks away on the opposite side. There were a lot of GameStop in, not even in the city, but in sort of like a close area. So it's like, it's ridiculous. You just need like one per 4 or 5 blocks. And again, for people who don't know why, because GameStop bought Babbage's and software, electronic, etc. Those are old stores. They're probably mid-90s. By 2000, they disappeared because, again, GameStop bought it. Because here's the thing again in my local area as a history. There was GameStop, there was a Babbage's, there was software, etc. There's also a Funko Land. Unless you're old like me, you know what a Funko Land is. All of those I just mentioned were bought by GameStop because they're not doing any business. GameStop just bought them, saved the business, whatever. Yes, it sounds like a monopoly, but you get the idea that, well, they're not making business. GameStop is. So what does GameStop can do? Just let them go out of business? Sure, but I guess they were being nice. Maybe, I don't know. There you go. So yeah, so that's the reason why a lot of people are saying there's a lot of GameStop because they were bought out. So again, me personally, am I sad about GameStop disappearing? A bit because it has a history. It's a place you get comfortable of buying physical stuff. But of course, I can just go also to Amazon because I'm lazy. And of course, Best Buy and Target also. And for me personally, I just like to find clearance in cheap games because who knows? I'm like cheap stuff. Like who doesn't? But like I said, the people that I know, they hook me up. They got me some deals. They're out of the job. I mean, that's never a good thing there. So, will they eventually disappear? Probably. If this keeps up, yeah, probably 2022. My hypothesis, 2022 will be the start of GameStop just going downhill. I mean, unless they do something, but the bottom line is, like a lot of people said, people prefer digital stuff. People are too lazy to go to stores. They can just go to their computer and go to Amazon. It's there. There's also alternatives. So Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and especially Walmart, $50 on all those Switch games, not $60, $50. So catch my drift there. Yeah. So there you go. That's my thoughts about GameStop closing in response to Xander's, RGT85, Spawnwave, and people who talk about GameStop. I'm also disappointed and sad, but business changing, the business culture is changing. I have a feeling that in the way future, again maybe 2022, the newer style of buying your games is going to be just digital. That's it. I mean, the alternative that GameStop can do, sell digital cards, but why if the other stores can do it and the actual company, Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft would do it also in their stores? So the problem is a lot of options, but again, options are good, but this is when suddenly when it goes with business, it's challenging. Yeah, disappointing, but it is what it is. So with that, I'll see you guys later.